Wait, what is this video? Is this something that we could talk about on?
It's
more behind the scenes.
We were going through some of the older review videos that we did. There's some epic ones. There's Matt reviewing a laptop at the Humane Society, the cat section.
Oh yeah.
Why at the Humane Society?
Well,
that's what I asked.
Exactly.
That's
no
what I
particular reason. We just picked some weird places to do reviews and did them.
It was Matt's Cat Corner.
Matt's Cat Corner. Yeah.
Wait. So, hey, Nate, let's move your microphone just a little bit closer. But so it was done at the cat just because it was in front of cats.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
Oh yeah, we had a. We had an editor-in-chief at the time who was just like, we got to change this up. So we just
get some cats.
We just started doing some weird stuff. Also, there were some older videos that I did of reviewing TVs in the rain and hitting golf balls at it and throwing mud at it.
I think we should do
raw burger.
We've got to
get
show.
the old format going again.
We duct taped Drew to like a column and sprayed him with this never wet material and then threw a bunch of crap at him.
And put a gas mask on him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were pretty good in that case. I gotta say,
All right.
You were very
Clearly, we figured out the new format. Now everything seems boring after that. Hello, everyone. This is Trends with Benefits. This is our weekly Roundtable Tech podcast here from Digital Trends, where we talk about the trending tech topics of the week, and we have some good ones to talk about today. So, number one, we're going to be discussing the news about Waymo. So, Waymo, in case you don't know, has an autonomous car service that's actually coming out. This is the thing that we've been hoping for, or that we thought was going to happen in a while. Now it actually is going to be happening. The Waymo autonomous car service. We'll talk about that. There's also a car study that says autonomous cars might become brothels. So we'll talk about that in a minute. We've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday tips. If we have time, I might actually get to one of the creepiest cell phone dongles you'll ever see. And we're going to talk about the Facebook portal, which is sitting right next to me if you're watching live, because we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope, which means we can take your comments and your questions. We have a Facebook portal here with us right now. Let's introduce our cast of characters. I'm Greg Nibbler, and we'll go to my left this time.
The Whiskey Mist.
The Whiskey Mist. You may have seen him live on last Saturday night at the Portland
drinking
Podcast
actual whiskey.
Actual
and
whiskey.
Tequila.
And tequila. We
No
drank
vodka?
both.
No vodka?
No, I had 2 of those beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's a well-rounded base. That's
Yeah.
covering everything. Yeah.
3 of the major liquor food groups.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's healthy that way you're covered. And on the end.
Oh, hey, Hanif Jackson, content manager here at Digital Trends, aka Team Flapjack.
Team Flapjack. And Hanif, you are the first. This is your first time in this new studio.
In the new studio, new space, new environment.
Me too.
Do you feel welcome and comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
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 I like it.
Okay. All right.
How
That's
do
a
you
questionable look. That was
I
a
think
questioning.
you being here the most. I mean, it's gotta.
I like it. Yeah, I do. I feel like I live here now. Basically, I'm going to put a bed. Actually, behind the scenes, there's a cot behind here, and that's where.
I did
Greg's
actually
comfy
see
cot.
your rack of clothes out there. So yeah.
I do have a rack of clothes. That's true. Slowly, people are going to see, like, why is this toothbrush in here? Like, there's going to be all kinds of things in here. All right, and continuing on.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kim Wetzel. I'm the smart home editor here at Digital Trends. And I guess I'm Kim Dog?
You're Kim Dog.
Kim Dog.
for now.
You are Kim
Say
Dog.
it now.
Confidence.
Kim Dog!
Yeah, there we go.
Well, and Kim, we're going to talk about this, what we have in front of us. We do have the Facebook portal here. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But let's get to our. You're in control of the pictures that
You're
show
basically
there. So.
seeing my Facebook feed right now. Like
Oh, okay.
Photos.
All right.
That's what's happening. So
I'm sure
you
there's
guys
some
just
real
let me
gems
know
in
if
there.
there's, like, real gems,
Oh, yeah.
like- oh yeah.
to get real.
All right. We've got some comments or questions that are coming through, so we'll get to those here in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about this news about Waymo. So autonomous cars are a topic on this show a lot because, I mean, there's so many different companies that are trying to do it. They're trying to create an autonomous car service. Between Uber and Apple's talked about doing it, Tesla's doing it, Google's obviously doing it with Waymo, and Waymo has been testing this out in the Phoenix area for a while now. And I think they're calling it the Early Rider Group. I'll double check on the name of some real boring name that they came up with for it.
For what is essentially like beta testers?
Yeah, for beta testers who have been riding around in autonomous cars in the Phoenix area.
AKA really brave people who are willing to put their lives in the hands of a computerized car.
Yeah, essentially.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's basically
for
it.
you guys.
I wonder how much that pays.
Pilotless pioneers.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
You know what? That took
That's where that content editor comes in.
that took us all of about 30 seconds to arrive to. These guys have been working on it for how long? And they've got that boring of a name.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to talk to their hiring manager.
Well, they've stated now that the autonomous car service is probably going to launch even as early as the end of this year. It is going to have a name. They haven't said what the name is. They're being real secretive about it, but it'll be based on an app kind of like Uber or Lyft, because that's who they're going to go after with this. But they'll eventually be able to offer it for a lot cheaper because they're not paying for a driver. And in the Phoenix area is where they'll start off with it, and then I guess the plan is not to roll it out nationwide immediately. It's just to go piece by piece, which I think is kind of a smart move in that, oh, we got a problem in this area. Well, let's just keep it to Phoenix
and
and
not
not
mess
spread
up
that
everywhere.
Yeah, let's not spread that to San Francisco right now.
I hate to say something insensitive, but
No, you don't.
yeah, I don't really. Wasn't the very unfortunate incident where
Yes.
that woman got killed in Arizona?
Yes,
That-
it was.
Don't
And
they-
that was-
they
that
don't
was-
think that's a bad idea.
It was determined that was actually her fault because she was supposed to be paying. I can't remember how they laid the blame.
It was they blamed it on the driver
Yeah.
and the car.
Right.
Right.
Because they should have been paying attention. I mean,
Car should have
I'm
been-
just saying it's a sensitive topic. It's a sensitive area for driverless vehicles. I just don't think it's a great idea to make that your launch point.
right, to make it the same. In the
Unless
same
they
place.
just have like some amazingly friendly laws going on.
Well, I
Or
think
that's
there's.
their second shot at redemption, right? Like that's well, here's our point to get it right.
Well, hold on. Was it a Waymo car that did that? I thought
I'll
that
double
was
check
a
that.
That was a
I wasn't going to say
different-
it.
I think so.
I thought that was Uber's.
It was
Something
in
else.
autonomous vehicle.
Tempe, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's set the record straight on that
Chat
because
will
now.
correct us, I'm sure.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
always
Correct us, Chad, because I know I don't know whose autonomous vehicle it was.
It was
that
Uber.
did that. It was a Uber. Okay.
Yep.
So
So Waymo is free and clear. And
yeah,
so-
sure, but I mean, isn't that whole area just kind of tainted now?
Right. Traumatized. They're still traumatized.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Uber issue was something else because the woman who was behind that was supposed to be actually monitoring everything. I don't think Uber's as far along as Waymo is.
No.
Is my guess in that. But yeah, you're right. There was a terrible
Plus, it's
accident.
Phoenix versus Tempe. All right, it's fine. I just I don't know. Seems weird to me.
Right. Well, regardless, Waymo is launching this, is what it sounds like. So we're going to be getting this here pretty soon.
And they're not going to call them
And-
Waymo cars.
They haven't said. They haven't said what they're going to call it. They're going to have some kind of a name. It does kind of seem weird. Sorry, we're broadcasting live right now, so I thought there was something going on here. Maybe I said something wrong.
No, everything's fine.
Everything's good. Don't look behind the curtains. That's where
It's
my
cool.
pod
We're
is.
doing a show.
So
No big deal, guys.
So anyway, Waymo launching this. I'm curious who would want to ride on this. Like, would you ride in this initial one? And to be honest, I probably would.
Oh yeah.
I probably would ride it.
Like
So-
just for free.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I want to see how it operates. I'd rather be in the seat than outside of the car watching somebody else riding around.
Sure.
And listen, I already said that I would ride an autonomous, drone helicopter. So why not just hop in a car? I think
Right.
they're further along with the tech in the
Right.
cars than they are in the helicopters.
Yeah.
And
I'm not scared.
As I understand, they've actually made more headway like on just like the point A to point B shuttles, and those seem to be working out fairly well. So
I think that's where they're going to start. What I read was that they're really targeting businesses. They're going to want to get. So if you're at a really big sprawling campus, for instance, and you need to get it from point A to point B, no big deal, right? And that's even more locked down. Usually those
It's
are
a controlled
private properties.
environment, yeah.
Exactly. That's a good place to kind of work out the kinks. You still have bunnies and squirrels running around that you could run over, and there's
people
the
on
occasional
e-scooters.
cyclists. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
cyclists. That
I'm
are-
okay with the e-scooter
Hanif
people.
is not okay with the e-scooter.
No, I'm okay with them getting
Hit.
hit by a car.
Oh,
That's fine.
wow.
with the e-scooters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right at your own risk.
All right. Wow.
Well, you guys have
takes
ridden
for
in
us.
cabs before?
Yes.
Those drivers are maniacs.
Yeah.
I mean, they're absolute maniacs. So
Well, and
it's
sometimes gross too.
Not,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
And the latest
So,
thing, here's the latest.
If you ride a scooter or drive a cab,
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gross.
it's not, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
just
I'm not your
kidding.
friend.
Not
Future
just
is
kidding.
coming.
No, my point is though, like humans drive like total crap. I
right?
mean,
It's true.
So I would
Especially in
absolutely ride
Portland.
especially in Las Vegas. And
Have you
Really?
ever
Yeah.
ridden a cab in Boston?
Oof.
Whoa.
I'm
dude.
sure every location has their
Oh,
has their
yeah.
cap
I'm
stories.
terrified pretty much every time I step in the back of.
Well, you get
Well-
to choose your
back of
music.
one of those cars.
Because right now, that's the thing for my Uber Lyft rides is like the music that they decide to do. I mean, it's fun, I guess, but some of them ask, "Hey, is there anything you want to listen to?" And of course, you don't want to tell them what you really want to listen to because maybe that's a little bit personal. But
You should say I really like Kenny G.
oh yeah, throw that right out there. I need some Kenny G, some
Right.
Rick Braun. Give me some of that smooth jazz.
Well, let's talk about this. So we've got we got the
Getting off
Waymo
topic
car service.
there.
I'm seeing some different comments come through here. I won't read them all, but they're funny. So
Are any of them like names for what the pilot program should be?
no, but that would be great if you have any suggestions for what you think the Waymo. I mean, this isn't even going to be the pilot program. This will be the actual program, the actual app that they roll out. So they're really launching the autonomous car service part, which does bring it to something else too. And we will be addressing the Facebook portal that's sitting on the table right now if you're watching live. So there was actually a study that came out just talking about what's going to happen once autonomous cars do hit the road. And this is happening. Whether you are a fan of them or not, autonomous cars just make too much sense financially and safety-wise to not become a thing.
Right.
Sure.
You know, it may be a while before we're fully, doing this, but Waymo already leading the charge on that. But the study, so it's a 19-page study talking about what it's going to do to change everything. And there's some interesting ideas that the researchers Scott Cohen and Debbie Hopkins.
I think I know where we're going with this.
We're going to end up there. So here's part of the idea. They're talking about how it could disrupt so many different current industries. They said the tourism world, car rental companies, hotels, restaurants, bars, and yes, even brothels, which we'll talk about that here in a second. But if you think about it, like if you don't have to worry about showing up someplace and driving yourself or taking a shuttle, you can go at your own pace. An autonomous vehicle gets you where you want to go. You just punch in, I want to go to the Eiffel Tower, and it takes you to the Eiffel Tower. You don't have to stay at that, $1,000 a night hotel next to the Eiffel Tower anymore. You can stay several miles away, and it's really not that bad of a commute for you because at that point it's part of your trip. Is riding in the autonomous car. These are what their ideas. Just kind of talking about some of the different ones that they brought up about where this could go. And
Do you think it'll
I kinda
ever
like
be
that idea.
fully adopted though? Like it's like, oh no, the internet's going to take away books. No, it didn't.
There's still going to be people that'll drive their own cars, especially out in, outside of the big cities. But I could see big cities almost
in
eventually
cities,
forcing
sure,
it.
I think what's going to happen for the vehicles that are still piloted by people, they're going to be evolved so that they work with the control and protection mechanisms that are in the autonomous vehicles, right? So these cars all need to be talking to each other at all times, right? So we got to see 5G infrastructure built out, and all of the sensors working together with instant communication. That's what keeps one car from plowing through an intersection into another, is because they know they're coming, regardless of whatever the traffic signals are saying, right?
Yeah.
Well, people piloting their own vehicles need to be held accountable. So just in the same way we have automatic braking systems that save you from rear-ending somebody, I think we'll also have like a braking system that'll engage if you're about to enter into an intersection where you don't have the right of way, where somebody is coming down the road at a high rate of speed and there's a potential for a crash. I do think that we'll see things kind of mesh together as autonomous vehicles are less of a novelty and become more of like a mainstream thing.
It's got to get past that point of acceptance.
Exactly.
It's like right now, I think some of even like we started the conversation, would you ride in one? That's kind of like the base question for everyone right now, is because they don't know.
Yeah.
And until people get past that little gray, foggy area,
Right.
then it's not going to be fully accepted, and we're not going to be able to move on to like whatever that next question is. Like, would you want one that has automated music or whatever it might be? So yeah, it's still new. People still are unsure. They don't know what's next. But I think with people like us, speaking about it and giving some credence to it, then I think people should feel more comfortable. Like I said, at the shuttle stage, just from point A to B, I would totally jump in one of those. So yeah,
That's my son.
and this is coming from someone who doesn't trust robots.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're against the robot revolution. I think you're right, though. Your point of having shuttles like that be kind of the stepping stone where people are at the airport or something, and it's an autonomous shuttle where they have to take it. Like that's your easy way to get from point A to point B. That's when you start getting them. I guess you force people to adapt to it, but then they get used to the concept of it at least. Starting off there. But I think it will be years before it's fully adopted. But I mean, it's starting. These companies are going to put it out there as soon as the regulations are passed everywhere, and as soon as they get the safety part down. it's going to happen because it's way cheaper than paying drivers, which sucks for, Lyft and Uber drivers.
It's gonna improve the traffic situation.
It will.
too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Humans are, like we said, humans are crap at driving.
Yeah.
We're taking a look here just at some of the comments, and then we're going to move on to talk about the Facebook portal, and then we're going to get to Cyber Monday and Black Friday here. Keelan says Waymo rides because you get
Good one.
You get Waymo than you expect.
Yep.
How about them brothel rides, buddy? Are we
Oh,
gonna
do we
pretend that
gonna
didn't
go
happen?
right over? Let's go.
That
Let's get to the brothel rides. So that was one of the other things.
Don't
Don't
tease it.
I'm not going to shortchange you the brothel talk.
Come on.
So that was one of the other things that they were bringing up was just as thinking about where these things could go, because basically you have an autonomous hotel room that could drive around the city. You don't need windows. You don't need to be looking out. And they're talking about how this kind of industry could be taken over by a lot of different avenues could find their ways into autonomous cars.
Cops.
And they brought it up specifically. They're like, brothels.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that kind of industry will find a way, no matter what. There's no technology that's going to stop that industry.
Nope.
And if anything, they're going to try to adopt to it first. Yeah.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to, in cars, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
So this is where we
There's so much I
segue
wanna
into DT After Dark.
Yeah. No, it just
drink all the whiskey.
It just makes sense. I just, is there going to be a kind of like the Uber Black version of things where you get the larger car and the heavily tinted windows? Like, I think there's going to be some cars.
There's going to be a
customized
market
this.
for it, though. Celebrities, your average hip hop person is going to want that. There's definitely going to be a market for that.
Yeah.
Brothels.
How fun. Well, it doesn't even have to be a brothel. Like, this is the new Mile High Club, right?
Or just an escort
easily,
service.
yeah.
Right.
Sure.
You have an auto, one of those auto cars that escort with an escort.
Escort.
We do know.
Take you to your destination.
Mobile massage parlor.
We do know that
Get a massage all the way to work.
sex drives innovation. I mean, look at
It's true.
what happened with VR. Before that, it was like the reason that Betamax failed and VHS succeeded. Like, porn and sex drives innovation. So I have no doubt that it's going to be a big part of this whole autonomous vehicle game.
Well, we've talked about it before. Yeah, the porn industry
The Chevy
does
Bolt just
drive
kinda-
a lot of innovation. Yeah,
They
that's
do
100%.
drive a lot. Sorry.
Yep.
They can claim. All right, let's go on to Facebook.
Next.
Talking about
Move on to something more family friendly.
yes. So we have talked about the Facebook Smart Home Hub. Would that be the right term? I'm not sure if that would be the right term. We talked about the Facebook portal before and how we wanted to get one in here. Kim has one. It's sitting here on our table if you're watching live. So, Kim, maybe you can walk us through what we're looking at.
Yeah, what the heck is this?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I
for
need
one,
to-
it's way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, that thing's
okay,
huge.
it's a 15.7 inch display. It does have an Amazon speaker built in, so
Okay.
I won't say the wake word because I haven't turned it off. You can rotate it so that it goes from side to side, and right now it's displaying kind of random pictures from my Facebook feed.
Okay.
So if I were to, let's see if I can do this backwards. So I have favorites picked out right
Is
now.
it
It's my
basically like a
husband,
tablet
my
or
mom,
what?
and my dad.
Is it just Facebook apps and...
This is the funniest thing about this. It does not have the Facebook app. So if I wanted to just scroll through my Facebook feed right now, I could not do it on this device. This is for calling. And
Okay.
so if I were to push like one of these favorites or anybody on my Facebook feed, I could hit the button and it would call them and we would have a video conversation.
Ooh, can I call Tamara?
No, that's my weird cousin that I haven't talked to.
Let's
not call
Poor choice. Turns out Tamara's a big fan of this podcast.
Yeah, I hope she's not watching.
She's going to start calling on this in a second.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have even.
All right, so you pull this up, so you can switch it from either horizontal, vertical.
So this camera, this is a 140-degree field of view camera that actually. So I thought when I first heard that the camera follows you around the room, it actually doesn't. I thought thought it literally like had a pivot that.
Yeah, where it would move.
But it doesn't do that. What it does instead. Oh, there's my mom. Oh, how cute. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. This camera focuses in on you as you're moving around the room. So say you want to talk to grandma about her meatballs and how to cook them, and you're in the kitchen. It will, and you move from side to side. It will actually focus in on you and move the camera. Slightly over. I tried it last night. It's not as creepy as I thought it would be.
Okay, because that was one of the things we discussed, like just the idea of Facebook having this camera that can follow you around
recognition
in your
technology.
House. Yeah. I mean, it's
it's
Facebook.
It's such a specific piece of tech.
It is so
not having the Facebook.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
This puppy is $349.
Yeah,
$349. It doesn't have the Facebook app.
And you can't stream
That's so
Netflix,
weird.
right? No Netflix?
No Netflix. It does have YouTube. Like if I were to go to the app, I can't do it very well from where I'm sitting, but like it does have YouTube. It has cooking videos.
So it could have Netflix later.
Support like video cameras though. So like
What
I've not been able to figure out how to add apps to it. Like it comes with a preset list of Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, and a few other things. Not Facebook, ironically. You know what? So Facebook is very smart. They said, we'll send you this, and then we'll send the portal to a friend, family, or colleague. Who do you choose? So I chose my mom, who is she's like on Facebook like 6 hours a day. So so we called, and she loves the thing. She's like, this thing is awesome. Like, I just want to talk to people. She's right next to her little, comfy chair where she sits and stuff.
Can you call me, like FaceTime me? And then, no, that's Apple.
I can call you. You have a phone.
Messenger.
But I mean,
Messenger.
Video
yeah,
messenger.
and then I can use my phone and you can see me. And
Absolutely.
okay.
I can call you right now, Caleb, if you'd like. Do you have your phone on you?
I do not actually, because I suck. I should have brought it.
It's all right.
Damn
I
it.
should have brought my phone. We could have done a little bit.
Right.
But
Oh, wow.
it's a very
Podcast fail.
very niche product. Like
Does it sound good?
my Echo Show 2 sounds better than this.
I guess
It doesn't sound that terrible. Like it's not terrible sounding.
other than going through the Facebook Messenger app specifically, how is this any better than any other smart home app? Like
it does
the Echo
have the
Show
voice,
or-
like
I mean,
if
other-
you
it's
say,
big.
"Hey Portal, call Rena," which is not even working right now. Look at that.
Good.
Yeah. We don't want to talk to Rena.
We don't want to talk to Rena right
Rena's
now.
my mom.
Oh, okay. We would love to talk to Rena.
Of course we want to.
Absolutely.
So you can either
love
say
that girl.
Alexa, and it supposedly lights up, but it didn't. So, yeah. See.
Okay.
I think it's
Well-
muted. There's a little red light. I think it may
Is
be
it?
muted right now. Yep, there you go. You just unmuted it. And you remuted it
All right.
again. And unmute.
Okay. We'll just do this in
Alexa.
real time as we
See, it's on now.
Okay.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
So it's got Alexa in there, which is something that to me is just not that unique anymore because
No.
everything has Alexa.
I have a
So-
light switch with an Alexa speaker. And
Right,
I have a
right.
smoke detector with a light. Yeah.
Well, $350. So you've got to. Do we have the review up, or you're reviewing this now? This is what
I
you're
am
doing.
in the process of reviewing it right now. We'll have it for early part of next week. So you
Okay.
can definitely check out digitaltrends.com.
I've heard this before. I think it's true. This is great for older people,
Yeah.
senior citizens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, buy grandma. If it wasn't $349, I would say buy grandma this. Like,
Are there smaller
Okay.
versions?
There's a 10-inch version that's $199.
That's-
It doesn't have. It looks like an Echo Show though. It doesn't have the rotating screen. It doesn't have like. By the way, this is the camera cover.
I was wondering about
If you're
that.
worried about that. So, oh yeah, the one
you
on the
should
screen
be.
right now is the smaller version.
Right.
Okay.
But it does the
audio
same
to
thing.
see.
Does it do
same
the video follow around?
It does.
For $200, that's way better.
Yeah.
Now you're talking. I still argue that it's a very specific
Three-
targeted device, but
Yeah, $350 is just way too much for this.
it's bigger than most
You know
people
what?
need.
You don't even need this. This clears my cupboards by about an inch at home.
Really?
It's huge, and I have a pretty large kitchen, so this wouldn't even fit on most people's kitchens.
Yeah, weird. All right. Well, that is the Facebook portal. So you can take a look at this live. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you can look up the video podcast and you can actually see it in person. Then we'll have the review coming up here at some point at Digital Trends. Yeah, $350. No, that's a pass on my end.
I just feel like it's a tablet on a stand.
It's a tablet on a stand without any apps.
Okay.
You can't do anything really that you do with the tablet, and you have to call through Facebook.
You don't have the Facebook app.
Yeah, and that you don't have a Facebook app.
That's I think that's the biggest misstep with this. Like if you're all about Facebook, cool.
Yeah.
This is actually like the Facebook computer screen, but you at least need to have somebody's feed on it. You need to be able to see your Facebook feed.
Well, we've got so there it is, the Facebook portal. I've got one other thing before we wrap up the show. I do want to bring up this this cell phone dongle that I want to talk about. However, before we get to that, let's talk about this since next week is Thanksgiving, actually a week from today, believe it or not. We need to talk about Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Yes, we do.
Specific when it comes to technology, these are huge days, and we have lots of guides that are going to go up at Digital Trends talking about this. All the guides.
All of the
guides. I
Not
started
even remotely exaggerating.
No, I started looking. I was like, oh, we'll talk about a general thing. I'm like, oh my gosh,
No.
so many guides. No matter what you're into,
Best
we've got a
Instant
guide.
Pot deals, best robo vacuums. Like, we've got you covered. You want to know what all the best Amazon deals are? We've got that. We've got it for Walmart, Target, Dell, you name it, GameStop. Like, we're covering all of them. So all of those will be available at Digital Trends. But more broadly speaking, besides the fact that you can find these deals easily, like, I think this is going to be the biggest online Black Friday and Cyber Monday occasion ever.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to wrap all the way through the week.
It is, and I can tell that the merchants think that too, because they're putting way more online than they did before. They're even putting doorbusters online, which is crazy because a doorbuster is supposed to get the doors literally busted down.
Yeah, where you get trampled.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But there's all kinds of great deals online. And that's the thing. There's more reason now not to leave your home and subject yourself to the brutal, ridiculous hell. Do not become another viral YouTube video this year on this particular holiday. Stay home, shop from your computer, stay with your freaking family, would ya, for crying out loud. Like, don't go camping out in the cold. That $200 TV is so not worth it. There's a $225 TV, plenty of them that's better that you can get online right now.
By the way, I just thought of this. We need a segment called Caleb's Corner where we just like zoom in on you and like, hey, stay with your family today.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little Caleb tip from me to you. All right.
Like Mr.
Anyway,
Roger.
Eat less beef
we'll workshop
jerky.
that later.
You eat too much beef jerky. Stop it.
Wait, are you
Stop
talking
it.
to yourself, Caleb?
No.
Yeah, too
If I was talking about cup noodles, I'd be talking about myself.
Cup of noodles.
But no, beef jerky, somebody else is eating too much beef jerky.
So I'm not even going to address that. So
Jerky.
But yeah, you're right. So a lot of these deals are going to be online. There's not a reason to go out and still.
But people will. Yeah. We will see those
My
viral
mother-in-law will be
videos.
there.
So some people do it just because like that's like their thing they do.
It's her
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's a tradition. I get that. And maybe they're not the ones literally busting down the door to try, and they're not the ones beating each other up for that last Teddy Ruxpin or what I just ate it myself.
Ruxpin.
Right, remember?
I know Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
I don't
Yeah.
know, honey, if you may
No,
know.
Furby or whatever you're getting there.
I'm more of the Beanie Baby.
There you
era,
go.
yeah.
Remember the Elmo?
Pound puppies?
The Elmo
Elmo.
doll?
Elmo,
The
yeah.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
That was, I think that's the first one I remember where I saw people going just butt ass crazy. And yeah, no, that's not for me. Not for me.
All right, so if you're not going out for your Furbies and your Teddy Ruxpins, yeah, so you're pretty good.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Ruxpin,
man.
right? Ruxpin?
It was Ruxpin,
It was
yeah.
Ruxpin.
Yeah, it was. Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, we have all the guides at digitaltrends.com. Caleb, really quick from your section, is there a particular television that would be a good one to get? You could name one, or maybe that's too hard to do. I don't know.
No. There's all the TCL TVs are being discounted a good bit. So like the 65-inch TCL 6 Series TV, we'll have this on our Best TVs page. So just go there. Is down to $800, I think. It's originally $1,000. That's a ridiculous deal. On an amazing.
TCLs are great television.
Yeah, they're making really, really strong stuff. Vizio has a slew of amazing deals going on right now. You can get like a 70-inch TV for, I think it's $600, or maybe even less. So look at the Vizio deals. Now here's the thing: for Vizio, you're limited to Costco, Walmart, and Target. Target, Costco, and Walmart for the Vizio. So look at those because they're really, really awesome. well, all the way to their very, very best TV. The 65 inches down to $1,500, and it competes with $3,000 televisions, literally twice the amount. So for TV, those are my top hits. They're really, really good. And if you're an Amazon person and you've been wanting to get into who speaker, an Echo device, or anything like that, tons of those deals going on as well.
That's what I was going to ask Kim.
Get the new Echo Dot. I mean, they're going to be on sale for $24.
$24, like you might,
brand new Echo Dot sounds like 10 times better than the second generation. Get the new third generation. I mean, you can't.
It's your new favorite alarm clock, at least,
alarm
and then you're
clock,
probably
kitchen timer, smart home coordinator
for $24.
Whatever.
$24. I can curb my robot hate for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
There you go. Even Hanif sounds good.
Even
everybody.
Hanif.
That's how you know you should get it.
Hanif, anything? Which, by the way, Hanif is also one of the hosts of Gameplay.
ET Gameplay on Wednesdays. Let's see. We got. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Black Ops because that's my favorite game out right now. But Fallout 76, that's the big one. We streamed that yesterday. You guys can click back and look at that. That one's got all the hype around it right now. Red Dead is probably the other big one.
Dude, there is a PS4 Pro with Red Dead for $400.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a
Get
lot.
on
And
that.
so that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Check out those bundles.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
I know what Greg wants for Christmas.
I already got my PS4. I know.
Oh,
that one.
whoopsie.
The other one, yeah.
I'm a PC gamer, and I'm actually looking at console bundle deals right now. So
Pro with
to
Red
your
Dead, I
point,
mean, that's like
the
a-
deals are getting pretty crazy right now.
There's some sweet Nintendo Switch stuff happening right now.
I'm
I'm sorry. If you have kids,
Up the Switch around
love the
Hanif.
Switch.
You know how we get.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, so lots of deals there for Cyber Monday, Black Friday. Before we leave, I just wanted to show this one thing. This is a piece of innovative tech that came out a while ago, or was talked about a while ago.
Oh God.
It's called the MobiLim, and it's not going to be on sale for this Black Friday, hopefully for the next one. It's from a company who wants to add in more feelings of touch with your phones. So it's a dongle that plugs into the phone. And it's basically a moving. You've got different things you can put over it, different skins, if you will, where you can have it.
Make it a nice fingernail. Like that's gross.
No,
that
and
thing
it's
has-
essentially it's
It's
like
got
a
some cuticle problems.
it's like a 4-inch long finger, and then this thing will be. You can control it to do different things. You can lay it flat on a table, and the finger will pull the phone along the table. Will move. You can change it from a finger into like a flashlight. It will respond to touch. So I think the idea they were saying is like when you're talking to somebody on the phone, they can slowly.
Oh my God,
your
there's a
hand.
scorpion.
They got a scorpion version. It's just one of the weirdest things ever.
As a self-ordained Dr. Dongle at Digital Trends, I do not approve.
What is that?
Dr. Dongle. That's a cat
There's
tail.
a cat
Cat tail.
you can add on to it, and you can
This
pet the cat on the
just
screen.
getting
and the
weirder
cat
and
wags its
weirder.
tail. It's this research group that put this out. They said they were trying to test this out to see if this would be something that people would want. And this is coming from one of the researchers. So, we have no plans to commercialize it yet. It's a research product at a prototype phase. Its aim was to explore such devices. And judging by the reactions and comments on the internet, people are not ready to use it.
I guess. Okay, fine. I'm all for the sake of exploration and figuring out where the boundaries are. But
Yeah.
like, I think this is one you could have just mentally thought about.
gotta
Like,
have-
you didn't have to divert the resources to it.
And even then, a focus group would have told you as much, right? Like, not gonna work here, guys.
No.
Maybe if it were $5.
You know those people at the research group are just like, oh shit. They hate us, you guys. You guys, they hate us. We had a really bad idea. Maybe we should just stop this whole research group business. And
Nah,
They
they're going to
should have
expand.
definitely picked a better hand model too.
Yeah, yeah, better fingernails.
Jeez.
Yeah, Bob in accounting was not the right choice.
It looks like the fingers that you get for Halloween. You know, those little stick-on
the
fingers. They
creeper
probably just took one of
fingers.
those and stuck like a robot actuators inside, and it just kind of makes weird sounds when it ropes you. That's not right. That is not tech for the way you live.
No.
All right, I
That's
know we
tech
need
for
to
the
wrap
way
up
you
this
die.
show. Tech for the way you die. There you go. That's a new show from Digital Trends. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this show. If you're watching live, we do appreciate it. We're live every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Not next Thursday, obviously, but we also have DT Daily every morning here at Digital Trends, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Wherever you are, you can tune in and catch up on everything that we have going on there. So lots of live programming for you, but of course, go to digitaltrends.com and catch up on everything that we've just been talking about. Those Cyber Monday, Black Friday deals, we do. We have guides for anything you can think of. If you're thinking, hey, I might get a new stereo, boom, we've got a guide for it. I mean, whatever you want, we've got those guides there. And thanks, everybody, for joining the cast today. And
DT Gameplay on Wednesdays.
DT Gameplay on Wednesdays. Tune into that. What time do you go?
2 p.m. Pacific.
2 p.m. Pacific. DT Gameplay. Tune in. Watch that as well. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back 2 weeks with another Trends with Benefits.